Hello, you're very welcome to this episode of My Generation Gap podcast, where you have me, Stuart Vincent Moore, a 50-year-old member of Generation X, talking art, culture, media and nonsense with my niece, Harriet Pilkington, who is a certified member of Generation Z.
Gen Z.
Gen Z, yeah. IRH, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm tired today. I didn't get much sleep. My boyfriend convinced me to buy a 13-tog duvet, and it's the worst decision I ever made. I couldn't sleep, so...
13, Todd, why?
Because apparently I get cold, but 13 tog's too much. Not for me.
Oh, do you know what? There's a stand-up comedian. I won't say his real name, but his character name is Ian Crawford, cutlery safety manager, and he's obsessed with safety around the home, and he does some very funny lines around duvet togs.
Well, it's just
and
like...
misreading them.
It's like being under one massive cushion. It doesn't move. It's solid. I can't cope with it.
This is Ian Crawford. I urge anybody, if they see that Ian Crawford is doing a gig near them, go and see him. He's very funny.
Yeah.
And he tells a story about how somebody bought the wrong type tog, and instead of buying a 13.5, they got crushed under the weight of a 53.1 because they misread the label. So his thing is, don't make a blunder before you go under. Read the label while you still able.
I like that. I really like that when I tell Ali that.
So
but literally,
Ian Crawford, do you know what?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he comes out with is absolutely brilliant, and I absolutely love it. And I managed to share this.
Touring anywhere?
He's just doing gigs all over the place. He was in Edinburgh. I did a gig with him in Birmingham at the late night sweet shop. And when I saw I was on the bill with him, I got there and thought, oh, I'm on with Ian Crawford. I was like, oh my! When I saw it, the first time I saw him, I was like, huh? And it just blew me away. And ever since then, I try to get to see him. Yeah, since then I've been lucky enough to do some workshops with, well, not Ian Crawford because that's his character name, but the man behind the character, is super nice and super great and super generous and such a nice man. So yeah, Ian Crawford, cutlery safety manager.
Cutlery safety manager.
Yeah, he just embodies that character of, people that are doing health and safety and things like, speed awareness courses, if you ever had to do one of those. It just embodies that.
Or like HR or
health
and safety. Yeah. Well,
really
I mean,
great.
Harley had the best night of sleep ever. He slept through his alarm and everything. Like, he was late to work because of the new duvet. But I didn't read the label, and I was going to try and rhyme it with Ian Crawford's, but it didn't work. No. But anyway, no, I'm not as genius in the comedy factor. Don't get a 13-tog duvet yet, guys. It's too warm.
Too warm. 13-tog duvet.
What about your week?
Well, I'll tell you about my week, H, because what we're here to talk about is the Thursday Murder Club, isn't it?
And on a Thursday.
And on a Thursday, we're recording this. And I think what I want to do is I want to delay that as much as possible.
Talking about the Thursday Murder Club? I'd absolutely agree with you. What else should we talk about?
Well, we normally muck about for 5 or 10 minutes, don't we?
We do.
But
we're not talking about the Matrix again. We're leaving that behind forever.
No, we're leaving that behind forever because I'll get myself in a right kerfuffle.
About postmodernism.
Oh, about postmodernism.
Do you know, I did a counter. I just did a new My Generation Gap TikTok post, by the way. Check out our TikTok. Oh, yeah. And I did a postmodernism counter. So at the side of the screen, 9. in 2 sentences.
I was going to say, is that it feels like I said it more than that.
No, it was 9. And 3 by me, but in total 9, yeah.
But it's become the thing that it tried to be. All right, okay. We met up, Earl.
We did. We met up, Earl.
Yeah.
Or IRL, as my generation calls it. Yeah, we did. We went to a party.
Yeah, which I don't get invited to many parties. So it was nice, but this was a party of agony auntie Wendy, who is neither a real auntie or a real agony aunt.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good party, wasn't it? And actually, I stayed out till past midnight. I had 3 or 4 pints of lager beer.
Yeah, and what about your disaster on your way home?
I had a disaster on the way home because I was staying in a hotel, and there was a really good buffet there,
Yeah.
and I had some party cake
Yeah.
cut for me, didn't I, in a
You
little
did.
box, and I was looking
Yeah.
forward to getting back to my hotel room late
Yeah. You
night,
were walking back to your hotel, weren't you? Yeah.
and having a
I
cup of
did offer
tea
you a
with a bit
lift
of
back, but you were like, "No, I'll walk." And what did that walk result in?
I dropped my cake on the floor, H.
I still don't understand how you did it. So I received a photo of just cake on the floor, but how did you manage to drop the cake and not the box? I'm not understanding how the cake made contact with the floor.
Well, because H, it was in like a plastic box, like you'd get.
That's just an image of a small piece of cake.
Yeah,
And I received that at about 1 o'clock in the morning.
yeah. I was so disappointed. I just squeezed it a bit too much and it came open, so I was left with holding the plastic box in my hand and cake on the floor.
I'm still not quite getting the logistics
And
of it.
and I
That must have
think
been
if
some talent.
because it's been like dry and it hadn't rained or anything for ages. I think if it's in the daylight, I would have just picked it up 3 second rule, picked it up and eaten it. But
Picked it up and eaten it.
but
I
it
don't
was
know if 3 second rule counts on concrete outdoors.
yeah, but that was the thing. So I didn't know if it because it was too dark. I didn't know if it was falling in fox poo or oat. So I thought, well, I
Yeah.
can't even eat that. So I had to leave it, and then
Did you at least have biscuits in your hotel?
no, because it was like the scummiest hotel.
devastating.
It was 50 quid a night hotel. It wasn't good. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the greatest of hotels.
It's Stu's hotel review.
Oh yeah.
Hotel
well, we're not
Stu's hotel review.
right.
Oh,
So-
I learnt a fact today. So
Oh,
we
yeah?
can put off the Thursday Murder Club even more.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, we don't want to put it off for too long, but go on then.
Did you know that acorns scare off spiders? Well, get rid of spiders. No, not acorns. Not acorns. what are the ones that fall off this time of year? Conkers. Conkers.
Why? What they're scared of? Are they just really bad at playing conkers?
Yeah.
And they're ashamed, so they have to run away.
Yeah, they have to run away at the sight of them because they're all ashamed. No, apparently it's something to do with the. I don't know. I feel like maybe this isn't.
Yeah.
I
And
feel like maybe this isn't true upon saying it, but apparently they give off. No, because you're gonna laugh at me.
go on then.
Conker
Conker fumes.
gas, like
Conker
yeah,
gas.
conker fumes. Yeah, like a type of, like, I don't know, conker natural chemical that deters spiders.
Well, that's nonsense, isn't it? That's like me believing for years that when dogs had a poo, they have to line themselves up in a north-south orientation. That's why they spin around.
And that's brilliant. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they have to go north-south, either facing north or facing south, but they have to do it in that
No,
north-south.
did Grandma tell you that?
I don't know. Who told
I
me
feel
that? I
like
don't
that
know.
was definitely Grandma. The fact that you don't remember makes me feel like Grandma subliminally made you think that was true.
Quite probably. Well,
Yeah.
not subliminally. She probably did it blatantly.
Yeah.
She's got a lot to answer for, my mum. Dear
Yep.
listener, if you haven't heard this before, Harriet's grandma is my mum and Harriet is my niece. Harriet's mum is my sister.
Yeah.
That sounded really complicated then, didn't it?
Yeah, basically, Stuart's my uncle.
Yeah. Oh, and do you know what? I'll tell you this. Something about your grandma and my mum.
Yeah.
Because we're coming into Halloween season, aren't we? We're picking
We
a
are.
film, some media to do for Halloween.
Yeah.
And I keep on, and I haven't really seen it since I was a child, talking about the film The Exorcist.
Yes.
Because it's developed this mythology in our family
Yeah.
that it is the most terrifying film
Yeah.
in the world ever made. And it's quite a terrifying
a
film,
very
but that's only
scary film.
because me and my sister, your mum,
Yeah.
were both scarred by that film because
Scarred?
because when we were children
Yeah.
in the 1980s, The Exorcist was one of the films that was being considered for when home videos began to be a thing.
Yeah.
And you had a VHS player in it, and you went to the video library to get a video to watch a film.
Yeah.
My mum said, "Hey kids, you should watch The Exorcist before it gets banned because you might not have the opportunity to see it again." So she made,
again.
yeah. So she
love
made me and
that.
my sister watch it, and
Yep.
I was about, I looked it up to see when it got banned, and it was in like 1985 or 86, and I thought,
So it must have been before then.
Yeah, so I'll have been 10
Like
and
11
your mum
and
will have
9.
been 8. You know, I mean, The Exorcist is a great film, but not if you're 9 years old and 11 years old. It has developed this mythology, so I do think we should
Yes.
watch it.
No. Hard pass. Yeah, Grandma convinced me that in life it goes like this, right?
Oh, what the stages of... Well, this is the stages of human development,
Yeah, the
because
stages
you
of
said
human
you didn't
development.
remember a stage of it, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't remember a stage of human development. She says, well, it goes baby, dog, child, and everybody. It's now a joke in our family that if I'm gullible or believe something, that they go baby, dog,
Yeah.
because apparently I believed that I was a dog for a while.
For 2 years, you baby, toddler, dog, child,
Yeah.
adolescent. Well, anyway, on that bombshell, let's do this. Chatter with the gappers. Chatter with the gappers. Chatter with the gappers. Chatter with the gappers. Because we've had a comment on Spotify
We have.
from Dylan. Now, I remember Dylan from when I worked in a pub in Cambridge.
Yeah.
And Dylan worked over the road in Staples, and he worked in the office furniture bit. And
Yeah.
he was like limited to staying on the carpet where all the furniture was. We'd go in to the thing and see when he was on the carpet. It was like his boundary. He wasn't allowed to leave the carpet where all the chairs were. And
Yeah, have you seen Dylan today? Well, he's got to be on the carpet. So.
yes. But Dylan was and is the kindest, gentlest man that you'd ever wish to meet. He was super gentle. But what he did say was he's been very complimentary about the pod. And he said he's loving the pods, great pods. But he was going back to the Star Wars episode, that we did with Chris Richmond.
Yes, yeah.
Dylan said that he always registered himself as Jedi.
Yes, on the...
In a sense, since the early 2000s, he's always put himself down as a Jedi in there. Because it feels like it's a bit like Buddhism, but kinder.
Yes.
Which absolutely fits in with his personality as the kindest man on earth.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. So, and actually, when he did that, there was quite a boost in our visibility on Spotify. So, if anybody is listening now, I want you to do us a massive favour and either leave us a review or a comment on whatever platform you're listening to. It'll take you 2 minutes. Just, get your phone out, leave us something on iTunes.
I think probably the easiest thing to do would just be to drop a comment on this episode. If you click on the episode, there'll be an option somewhere on your screen to comment.
Yeah. Because actually it makes quite a big difference. I hadn't realised how much it did, So that's good, isn't it?
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, so unfortunately, H, we are going to have to talk about what we're here to talk about, which is the Thursday Murder Club.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the book, The Thursday Murder Club.
Book?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Well, Richard Osman read the book. He didn't read it, he wrote it. I read it.
Wrote it?
But
You
he
read
wrote
it.
it. I have read it, yeah. I read it. And it's one of those books that you read out of spite, I think. Because you start reading it, you think...
I've never read a book out of spite, never mind completed a book anyway.
Well, do you know what? I don't know if spite's the right word. But you read the spite, it's like a war of attrition. You think, this book isn't going to beat me. I am going to finish it because it was absolutely shocking.
Yeah. I will finish it and I will not enjoy it.
Yeah, I won't enjoy it and I will hate it and I will finish it. Yeah. That'll learn you.
That'll learn you.
Yeah, nobody else loses apart from me.
Yeah.
So I did read the book, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the film.
Yeah.
Because the film has just been released on Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
It was actually in some cinemas.
Cinemas?
Yeah, it was on a Flix for a bit.
Yeah.
And it is, I'll summarise it, it's a film that follows the Thursday Murder Club, who are a group of retirees. We have Elizabeth, Ibrahim, Ron and Joyce, who are in the Thursday Murder Club because every Thursday in their retirement home they get together and they solve unsolved cold cases of murder, but then actually they get involved in a proper real life case of murder.
Right, can I just say now, ask me any question about the plot you wanna, any question about the film, ask me their names, I will not know. Because
Oh,
for
well, that's
some
going to be a good
reason,
test then, isn't it,
I
H?
know for some reason their names have not gone in. So I'd like to just say now that
Well, I've
I
just
have
said
watched the
them.
film. I know, and I didn't. Yeah, I feel like Joyce is maybe meant to be the main character,
Joyce is the
the
most
nurse.
recent. She's the nurse,
Yeah.
and she's the most recent addition. So the film
And I'm
starts with
sorry, but the film starts with Joyce as the main character in a way. She's the new
yes,
addition.
that's right.
And
She's the
then
new
she's
addition.
like not that important and like not that involved. Like by the end of the movie, you don't even know where she is.
No, so I think the main character is police officer Donna De Freitas
Yeah.
and Elizabeth, played by Helen Mirren, who is kind of the. It comes to light that she was ex MI5, wasn't she? And so
Let me
she's
just say the police officer, Donna De Freitas, the actress who plays the police officer, she plays a psychopath in another series I've watched. So the whole time I was expecting some sort of twist that she was doing it, purely because she played the role in the other thing so well. In the end, we watched it at the end of the effing world. It's the seasons after that she's in,
Oh, okay.
and she's like tries to kill him, and so I was convinced the whole time that she was behind it, which obviously she was not.
Yeah. Yeah, it opens up, doesn't it, with Joyce visiting
Yeah.
Cooper's Chase, which is the name of this retirement home,
Yes.
with her daughter being shown, and like the first 5-10 minutes is just pure exposition. It's just people telling you things about them.
Yeah,
Just
I
absolutely.
really like the bit, and I mean, I love David Tennant, but
Yeah.
the acting behind the guy on the phone, but she's divorcing you and taking you for everything you've got, David. Like you just were just told it. I can't explain it, but it was just the way it was just like they might as well said, she's divorcing you, which is what's happening to your character because you're acting right now, and
Well, do you know what I've written down in my notes? I've written in really big capitals. I put that this film was written by children, directed and edited by children.
I think the only audience it would appeal to is maybe a
Children.
child, yeah, a child of between 9 and 13.
Which ties in with the director actually, which we'll get into that in a minute. But let's go through the story because there's some ludicrous things
Very ludicrous
in the
things.
story, and I get it. It's supposed to be a comedy in it, and I think they've tried to echo like Knives Out, and
I would
Glass Onion,
agree. I was going to
and
mention,
they've
yeah,
tried to
Glass Onions.
they've tried to make this like a comedy, like a
But it's not funny.
funny, and there's
Yeah.
no characterization. None
No.
of the characters are likable.
No, there's not even any
They're
like
not.
character development. And you have time in the length of movie that was it 2 hours to have a little bit of character development or expansion but it was you like you said you couldn't get involved in the characters. I mean, by the end of the film there's kind of a bit of a I suppose what's meant to be a plot twist, but you're not
You're
involved at
not
all, so
bothered.
you don't care. Yeah.
You don't
You
care.
just don't care. Yeah. I
And
had
and
that same
and that
feeling.
would be all right if it was just a ridiculous comedy film, but it doesn't even do
But it
that
takes
well.
itself too seriously to be a comedy film.
Well, I don't think it is taking itself serious, but it's not doing anything well.
I
Doesn't
think
do
it is. I think
You
it's
think it
it's
is?
too serious to be a comedy. Like it's too.
I don't know. It's like it has no redeeming features. Anyway, so it
Yeah.
starts off with Joyce visiting Cooper's
Yep.
Chase with no these OAPs. They're out doing like fencing and archery.
Yeah.
It was like Centre Parks for,
Yeah.
for like a mixture between Centre Parks and Cocoon, which actually you won't. That's
I don't know what that is.
no, it's a film from the 80s. Centre Parks for the Boomer generation.
For the
Because,
boomers.
and I'll tell you for why it's like Centre Parks, because it's like an ordinary retirement home, but they definitely don't want to be hanging around with any working class or poor people.
Yeah, I mean the way it is, it's screaming like
Just wealth. Everybody
Yeah.
oozes money all the way
oozes
through. The
middle to upper class.
Oh, yeah. I've just written here, and then the next scene, you meet the rest of the Thursday Murder Club because
Yep.
they go into the. I mean, how many rooms does a building have for them to have a? She says, "Oh, come in here, daughter, and I want to show you the jigsaw room."
Jigsaw room.
It was fucking massive.
It
Excuse
was,
my
wasn't it?
language. Yeah, the jigsaw room was like a ballroom.
Although, I suppose, to be fair, the jigsaw room might have to be the biggest room because how big are jigsaws? And you can only have them horizontally.
But and then when she shows her, she goes into a flat that's in this stately home almost, and the flat inside the house is bigger than my house.
Not only that, but like all this thing about like knocking this building down and building whatever it is, flats. That's a listed building if I've ever seen one. There's no way you're making that into flats.
It turns out, doesn't it, that Ian Bentham, who is one of the guys that owns Cooper's Chase, along with Tony Curran, who's a bit of an East
I
End
forgot about
gangster.
all these names. I mean, I
Yeah.
watched this film about 5 nights ago and it's that forgettable.
Yeah,
Forgot
so
about the main criminals.
those two people own it. So David Tennant plays Ian Bentham, and he wants to sell it, doesn't he? He wants to raise some capital.
He does.
He needs some money, and he wants to sell the place. Tony Curran is saying, no, actually, tell a lie, he doesn't want to sell the place. What he wants to do is he wants to flatten the graveyard and a
Yes,
church
yeah.
next door, build luxury flats there, and then turn Cooper's Chase, the retirement home, into an event space.
That was it, yeah.
Now, what do you think will make more money? A building that is an event space, or hundreds of super wealthy upper middle class pensioners who must be paying a fortune?
I thought the money they'd be paying, like how
Yeah.
much bloody care homes cost, and
yeah.
for bloody fencing and archery classes and jigsaw rooms.
Yeah,
There's
live
no way
drawing,
that
jigsaw
weddings
room.
or anything like that would even bring as much money as that. You
No.
are right.
And it's all regular, but every week they'll be getting rent
Yeah.
from people or everybody.
Yeah.
So everybody's up in arms because Ian Bentham wants to sell, wants to throw out all the old age pensioners, and all the old
Yeah.
age pensioners keep on saying, "Oh, what are we going to do? Go on the streets?" I thought, one place you ain't going to be, mate, is on the streets.
It's on the streets.
yeah, you'd be living in a 5-bedroom millionaire mansion
Yeah.
in Surrey.
Oh, what are we going to do? Live in a massive bungalow? Oh! Yeah, like, get a grip. Not only that, but there's no way that not one person in that really wealthy care home hasn't upset a few people, just like whatever Rentham's doing. Do you know what I mean? There's no way that there's not one person in that whole care home that hasn't flattened a graveyard, if you get what I mean.
What do you mean by flatten the graveyard? Because that's a rude thing, isn't it?
No, I meant like because he was going to flatten the graveyard.
Right, okay.
Unless it's a euphemism.
I think that's a euphemism, isn't it? Flattening a grave.
I don't know.
I think it might be.
I don't know, but I don't think I want to know.
Right, we're going to cut that bit out. Anyway, so it turns out then that Ian Bentham, or the David Tennant character, after this argument,
Yeah.
that I have that argument, then Tony Curran, his business partner,
Dies.
dies. He's murdered.
Yeah.
And then after
And at this point, bear in mind, there's too many characters that you don't even know who's dead. Like, in my head, I was like, who've they killed and who's... What? Like,
Yeah.
you're not invested at all.
there's a big kerfuffle, and then David Tennant gets murdered, doesn't he?
He does.
There's the whole thing where PC Donna De Freitas,
Yep.
the Thursday Murder Club, managed to get hurt because she's quite she's a police officer that's bored with her job, as talked about, home safety to old age pensioners, and they get her on the murder squad, don't they, to CID. But all the characters are just two-dimensional.
Not only that as well, a bit of the plot twist was meant to be the fact that she was... I've forgotten her name. Old woman was a secret agent. Of course she was a secret agent. How would they have access, A, to the files, B, to the information, C, how would she have all that knowledge? Of course she was a detective. Are you joking me? What did you think she did, like dentistry?
There was one little joke in there, which I did quite like. Helen Mirren was getting ready to get the bus into town. She gets dressed, and she's dressed in like this country gear. She puts like a headscarf on.
Headscarf, yeah.
And Jonathan Pryce, who plays her husband in this film, who actually, Jonathan Pryce is probably head and shoulders above all the rest of them in terms of depth of character and acting.
Yeah.
He's the only decent thing in this film.
I would agree, but I feel like they could have done so much more with him.
Yeah. And he turns around and he says, "Oh, what are you dressed like? You look like the Queen."
Yeah.
Because, of course, Helen Mirren played the Queen in the film, The Queen. and that's the outfit that she wore.
But anybody else watching that who hasn't watched that like me did not get that joke.
And there weren't really any jokes in it, were there? It was quite patronising towards old people. It was just,
Yeah.
there's a scene in there where the main copper, and again, I can't remember his name, who's in head of the investigation, and he gets Donna de Freitas, and he says, "Oh, look, do you want to see this photo? The last photo of Tony Curran and Ian Bentham together." And he shows his picture.
Yeah.
Oh, not them, and the other baddie, guy called Bobby Tanner.
That's it, yeah, Bobby Tanner. Isn't he meant to be the biggest bad guy?
Yeah, and then Donna Freitas says, "There's a third person in this picture," and he goes, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Look in that mirror. There's an arm," and you look at it, you think, well, yeah, because there's a third person in it. It's like plain as day. It's like this massive arm in a mirror.
It's like a massive. It's like takes up a third of a screen.
Yeah, you think. Yeah. You're kidding? Like all the police in all of the offices in all of the world have not looked at this picture and thought, oh, there's a mirror image there of the person that's taking the picture. You think, oh my, like she's some sort of inch-eye private eye super detective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she just looked at a picture.
Like that was like a massively skillful moment for a not just what a detective should have seen. In fact, kind of the bare minimum.
Yeah, I think I was... Well, do you know, I wasn't expecting much from this film because it's one of those films that I think, one, it was directed by Chris Columbus.
What other things does he direct?
Well, as a filmmaker, he wrote Gremlins and The Goonies and Young Sherlock Holmes, so he's written some really great films. But when you look at those films, they are great films for children. You know, there's no depth to them. There's just all plot. There's no characterization. There's nothing there. But, you know, they're good at what they do.
Yes.
Directed Adventures in Babysitting, Home Alone 2, Mrs. Doubtfire, which none of those are great films, are they? I mean, they're quite funny, but
they're staple films. Everybody's watched Mrs. Doubtfire. Everybody's watched Home Alone. But are they like? Do people go? Oh, you have to watch this life-changing film? No, they don't.
And then he also, I think, probably his biggest films that he's directed, famously, is the two worst Harry Potter films: Harry Potter 1 and Harry Potter 2. Because
that's what me and Harley are watching at the minute. I'm making him watch Harry Potter, and I completely agree. I remember we watched the first one this week, and I didn't remember it being that bad. I watched it and I thought, oh, I was like, they do get better.
He just sees a script and just films it. There's nothing behind it. There's no depth to it. There's no depth to any of the characters.
No.
And there's
Voldemort's in the back of that guy's head. There's so much he could have done with that, and instead it's just a face on the back of his head.
With split personalities and did he want to be there and things like that. You could have done all sorts of interesting stuff with that. And with the Chamber of Secrets as well. There's all sorts of stuff in there. But everybody knows that the Harry Potter films didn't get good until 3. Yeah. And that's because of Christopher Columbus. I wasn't expecting much from it, seeing him in there. But when you see the cast, you've got Helen Mirren, Ben Kingsley, Pierce Brosnan, Celia Imrie.
Don't diss Pierce. I can't even say his name for some reason.
Pierce Brosnan. Well, actually, do you know what? I think he looked fantastic.
He looked fantastic.
He looked great.
I mean, like when I saw him, I was like, you could watch Mamma Mia and then watch the Thursday Murder Club, and that man has like aged gracefully.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. And Jonathan Pryce, Richard E. Grant, David Tennant. There's some amazing actors and talent in this film, and they're all wasted, underused, and absolutely wasted with a script that was, written for children by children.
Yes, I would agree. Like when I saw all the famous actors and actresses, I mean, I was talking to somebody today about it because I was mentioning we were doing the podcast, and they said, "Oh yeah, I watched it. I got 10 minutes in, had to turn it off."
I got no interest in this at all.
Yeah.
What's together? So disappointing. So again, it's one of those films where it's just lots of money, lots of people behind it.
Like the amount of money you've spent on them actors and actresses, and then just like not utilised.
And nobody said no to them, and nobody said no to it being made. And
true.
Let's just make. It's very cynical. It's a very cynical film because they knew it would make money because it was a popular book series and Richard Osman's a popular character, and it's never going to be a flop.
Well, the cast as well. You know, you've got people that like my generation know David Tennant and Pierce Brosnan. Your generation will know the others.
And, I mean, Pierce Brosnan, I mean, that accent, I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was supposed to be a bit Irish, because if it was, then he's the
Then
worst
he
person
could,
that do it.
yeah.
Is the worst Irishman doing an Irish accent. I don't know. Well, whether it was Cockney or what, I don't know. But
Who
and I
knows?
don't know whether it was a choice to do it as a bad accent. Well, I don't know whether it was an acting choice.
Yeah, maybe we're seeing all of this wrong. Maybe this is the comedy in it, and maybe we just don't get that comedy.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, there's not even anything to comment on the plot, is there? Do you know what I mean? There isn't.
I'll tell you there is. And what made me more angry more than anything
Go
was
on.
they find out the murderer of Tony Curran was this Polish guy, Bogdan. And he murdered him because he broke into his house to get his
Yes.
passport back, because actually Tony Curran and his business partner, Bobby Tanner, were trafficking people and stealing and taking their passports and making them work as slaves, basically modern slavery.
Oh, I know exactly what you're about to say about Helen
He tried to
Mirren's
get his passport.
character.
He was broke into Tony Curran's house. Tony Curran attacked him, so he killed him in
Yeah.
self-defense, essentially. The person that killed David Tennant was a guy in Cooper's Chase whose wife was a previous member of the Thursday Murder Club, but she's senile and she's in like a coma, almost like a outside. But she murdered this guy back
She
in
was a
the
murderer herself,
70s,
wasn't she?
and that body was in the graveyard.
And that
so
was in
then
the
this guy
graveyard.
didn't want the graveyard dug up, so to save his wife's embarrassment, he injected David Tennant with fentanyl and murdered him. So Helen Mirren at the end, right, when it's all resolved
Yeah.
and all the dust settles, Bobby Tanner, who is the
Yeah.
head of this crime gang, who is trafficking people across Europe, human trafficking, holding people,
Human trafficking people.
yeah, modern slavery gang
taking their
boss.
passports and
gang boss.
using modern. I was about to say literally modern slavery.
Whether
yeah.
it's prostitution, trafficking women, trafficking men.
But not only that, but you haven't mentioned the big part about it, which is that
Yeah, well, carry
she
doing
just
as long as you promise
carry on doing
to
what
sell
you're doing.
Cooper's Chase to my mate's daughter and not throw us out. And basically, I won't tell the popo. That's what you call
the
them now,
rich
isn't
get
it?
richer.
Yeah.
Popo. No, I just called them that once. And
Really? Is it not a thing? Is it not a Generation Z thing?
I don't know if it's a thing or not. I don't know. I just called them the popo. I feel like somebody somewhere has said
no.
that.
All right. So she said. So she said. All right. We won't call the old Bill, because if you just do this thing for us. So she's letting off this big time evil.
She's
person.
letting people get human trafficked so that she can stay at the care home that she wants to stay at.
Then the other people who done a murder basically forces him into doing a murder suicide with his wife.
Yeah, like that.
Like, what the
and as well, like sometimes with films like that, you expect maybe a moral or something thrown in there because it's kind of kiddish, and you think, oh, maybe there'll be like a moral of the story, or B, a massive plot twist. But A, there was not a massive plot twist, and B, there wasn't a moral, that she just, like, her husband just kills his wife.
So she said, so you killed this guy, didn't you, because your wife killed this guy, and this guy that she murdered was a guy who himself got away with murder. He'd obviously been brutalised.
Yeah, she killed him because he'd been, like, killing and raping women.
Well, yeah, killing and raping people and being violent. So Helen Mirren kind of said, oh, we know that you did this. And then the guy says, well, so what do we do now? You're going to have to tell the old Bill. And then she looks at the drawer with all the drugs in it. She says, well, you sort of know what to do, don't you?
Yeah, and then he just...
And then you think, oh, well, actually, they'll probably just disappear or something, or they'll run away and hide. And then the next scene, they're like talking at his funeral, saying, oh, well, they had difficult decisions to make. I thought, what the chuff?
Yeah, like literally. I don't know if a double suicide... Well, a murder and a suicide was the best option. I mean, like, I get it, like, the guy doesn't want to go to prison, but no, it was just horrendous, wasn't it? Utter nonsense.
Utter nonsense. I would call that Generation Z
loss.
Yeah. Absolutely terrible.
Do you know, I'd 110% agree with you on that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all my notes.
Are all your notes just hate speech?
Yeah, just say it's all in red pen. There was even one bit where Helen Mirren, Elizabeth, is walking. She takes a late night walk or something. I can't remember why, but she's followed, isn't she, by this shadowy figure through the graveyard, and then she turns round. She thinks
Even
she's
I'd
lost him,
forgot,
and she
yeah.
turns round, and he's there with a hood on, and he says, "Don't wake the dead," and then runs off. And
Yeah.
you think, who was that?
Yeah. And do you know what? Even now, was it Bobby Tanner in the end?
Nobody knows. No, and then he ran off like he was a 20-year-old. So it wasn't anybody know, folks. I mean, it was just an absolute. What the?
He could have been. He just might have been doing a lot of fencing. He might be really fit, like 80-year-old.
Anyway, terrible film. Anything more to add?
No.
Rich? Right. Well, it's time for this. Burger Stews, Burger Review. It's 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 eating a burger, then he marks it out of 5. He's eating a burger and he's marking it out of 5. This week, H, I've gone controversial.
Controversial?
Yeah.
Right.
Because, and I'll tell you for why, me and a colleague were working in Manchester. And we went out for a tea to a Brewdog pub.
All right.
Yeah, and Brewdog, we're not going to get into the whole controversies around it, but they're a bit of a controversial company because the CEO is a controversial character.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
They haven't been viewed very positively recently, so I'm not going to get into all that. We're just going to focus on the burger.
Yeah, we're here for the burgers.
We're here for the burger. And actually, the night that we went in there, it was quiz night.
Was it?
Yeah, so me and my pal did the quiz.
Did you win?
Do you know what? We didn't win the quiz because once we started doing the quiz, we realised that we weren't very good at quizzes.
Yeah.
But we did win a bag of squashes.
Did you?
Yeah, because we had to come up with a name, like a team name. So I said, we should call ourselves the White Roses. You know, because we were in Manchester.
Yeah.
And we're both from Leeds. So I said, we should call ourselves. And, actually, do you know what? I've just realised we weren't in Manchester. We were in Cardiff.
Right, slightly different.
Yeah, very different. A different country.
Yeah, actually kind of a whole different country.
Different country. But I said, we should call ourselves the White Roses.
Yeah.
So we did that. My handwriting's terrible. When we handed out the test sheets, the quizmaster, he kept on calling us Willy Roses. Willy Roses, it's your score. Willy Roses. Remember that?
What would that even? Yeah.
But there was one section of the quiz where, we didn't do bad in the quiz. We didn't come last. We were kind of mid-table respectability, I think. But we were nowhere near the winners. They were like pro quizzes. There were some really good teams in there that did really well. There was one question in there where it was like a closest to the pin where it said, how many runs are scored in a cricket 5-day or test series or something, which I don't even know what that means.
No.
It was just like a magic spell. So I just went, I don't know, 6,000? And we were like, yeah, all right then. So we wrote that down and handed it in and we won.
Did you?
Yeah. And,
that's impressive.
Yeah, we got a bag of squashes for it. And then one of the other people from another team came up and went, that was some good cricket knowledge. He said, because we came up with, we calculated it, we got 5,880. So how did you do? So you did really well with that. You must know your cricket. I went, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you know your cricket like I do, then
tell it to my squashies.
Tell it to my squashes. Yeah, I said, what are you going to do about it? As I'm eating my squashes. Yeah, so we won a bag of squashes, so that was good. I was very dead proud of that. But the burger we had, do you know what? I can't remember what the burger was called. Oklahoma burger, I think it was.
Oklahoma burger.
And it was okay. It wasn't great, but I would say Brewdog Oklahoma burger, 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, it wasn't
Not
bad.
terrible. That's
But
kind
not
of
terrible. And all the components were...
All components were there, but it was just...
Yeah, it should have been better. They were all there, but they didn't sort of meld together. They were all not great. And the bread was a bit...
Bread can make or break a burger.
Yeah. Should have been better. But not bad. It was all right. It was not bad for whatever it was, Wednesday night tea.
Quiz night tea.
Quiz night tea, yeah, that's good, isn't it? Right, You ready?
I am.
Test. Woo, woo, woo. Test. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, my voice went then. Even
I had
though I've
somebody
been...
ask me today whether you do these in real time or whether you like sub them over, and I was like, no, the test is in real time.
Yeah, sing that real time. And Prince songs.
Yeah,
Do
Prince
you know
songs
we've been recording for nearly 50 minutes? How do we do that about
I don't
Thursday Murder
know.
Club?
I don't know. I
Unbelievable.
think mainly just trying not to talk about the Thursday Murder Club actually took us longer.
This is going to be a Matrix style quiz, H.
Oh, great.
In that
In that I
questions,
don't know anything.
in questions 1, 2, 3, and 4, name the 4 members of the Thursday Murder Club.
Oh, for God's sake. Can I have Bobby Tanner? I mean, he's not a Thursday, but
No,
he's a
he's not.
character.
No, he's the main baddie.
Elliot.
Elliot?
No.
Who do you think Elliot is?
Uh.
Right, well, let's look at it methodically, H.
Okay.
The first character who was being shown around Cooper's Chase by a daughter in the beginning.
Joyce.
1.
Helen
Mirren.
Oh, no, yeah. What's her name? Oh, my God. She is...
I'll give you a clue. She played the Queen.
I know she played the Queen, but I don't know how
so what's
that
the
helps.
Queen? So what's the Queen's name? You
Oh,
fool?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
You fool.
That was a bit mean, wasn't it?
It was a bit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll take that back.
Can I have a pint for that?
No. Right, 2 for 2.
Right.
You got 2 more. Piers Brosnan, who does he play?
I thought he was like Elliot.
No, he was trade union boss, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Red, what? Red, it was alliterative. Red.
Rudolph?
Right. Do you know what? Elizabeth, Joyce.
Rudolph was a genuine guess as well. I don't know why I convinced myself it was a good guess.
No, it wasn't good. No, I just assumed that you'd given up.
Yeah, I kind of had, yeah.
Elizabeth, Joyce, Ron, and Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, I'd got confused with Elliot. I don't know why. I just knew it started with a vowel. It could have been anything, really.
And what snack did I eat whilst watching Thursday Murder Club?
When did you watch the Thursday Murder Club? Because we've had a few weeks to watch it in, so we've...
Yeah, I only watched it a few days ago.
Were you at home?
Yeah.
Evening? Morning?
It was in the evening.
Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
And what food was it? Okay, banana and custard.
No, I've been sucking on Halls. Menthol.
Oh, I've even been watching you eat them during this episode.
Flavour, yeah.
The fact that
Citrus
you
mix.
eat holes for fun is wrong, by the way, and surely that costs you a lot of money.
Oh, they're really nice though, and they're clean, it's right good. So that's good, isn't it? Well, you didn't get your pound and a drink, but
No.
you live to fight another day.
I do. Wait, what? In what circumstance would I not live to fight another day during this quiz?
Well, one day that might be the penalty for not winning the test. Yeah, so I mean, so far, if you're keeping score, Age, I've
Just
stopped
get
saying.
removed from the podcast.
I've stopped saying what number episode we're on at the beginning because I never remember what we are on.
This is 19, I do believe. Don't ask me why I know that, but I just...
Yeah, so out of 19, H, you've only won one test. Yeah.
Yeah, but you do a stupid question at the end. I had a fair few fours at the beginning when I'd make notes about what we were watching.
Now you've lost interest.
No, I just watched them at 4 times speed.
Yeah. Well, I wish I'd have watched this at 4 times speed. It might have put a bit of life in it.
Possibly.
So anyway, H, I think we're all done. Apart from, what's your telly been?
Harry Potter 1 and 2.
Not really, Chris Columbus.
Columbus.
as if this week wasn't punishment enough.
And then Coronation Street. You know I love my Corrie. And nobody ever expects it from me, a young hairdresser, to be sat watching Corrie every week, but I do. And I love it. A character, right? So 2 characters entered the soap kind of 2 years ago. It's a lesbian couple who have a daughter together, a biological daughter together. So one carried the daughter, one gave the egg, and that's how they've got their daughter. And they were both police detectives. One of them died in the line of duty 4 years ago. Anyway, it turns out she's just chuffing alive, and she's just rocked up back into their lives, and they think that she's been dead 4 years. Crazy.
Why though?
We don't really know yet. She's saying because she was undercover, but I don't quite believe that for Corrie. I feel like there's something more in it. I feel like maybe she's on the wrong side of the law, not the right side of the law.
Maybe she's been...
Or maybe
she's been trapped under a 53.1 top duvet.
Or maybe the Corrie writers ran out of ideas.
Oh, you think?
I don't know, but no, it's been a... I mean, obviously it's not a good storyline, but it's good for soap television.
Well, maybe they should get the Thursday Murder Club scriptwriters to write a script for them.
Get some Chris Columbus on there.
Yeah. Do you know the Thursday Murder Club was 2 hours long?
I know. I got halfway through and convinced myself. I was like, how could there be more film? How can there be another hour to go? Surely there's only 20 minutes left. What's your TV been?
We finished watching His Dark Materials, the BBC adaptation.
Yeah.
So that was just wonderful. I can watch that. And do you know what? I could start it again and just watch
What
it
is
again.
it? What is it generally about? And I don't mean I want you to read me all the books, but what's it? If you could summarise it.
It's a modern day retelling of Milton's Paradise Lost.
Which is what?
It's the story of the war in heaven and the fall of man.
Oh, so really simple stuff to understand then. A clear plot, yeah.
It's about humans being thrown out of the Garden of Eden and how that happens. Yeah, it's an epic poem. John Milton wrote it, and it follows Satan just after they get thrown out of heaven, because there's a big war in heaven, and they're hurled headlong. It's got some beautiful language in it, H. They're hurled headlong into hell, into darkness, and they're hurled that hard that they're stupefied for like days on it. Anyway, I'm going to get into it.
And that's the start of episode 1.
Well, it is. Well, it's not in
right, that's not.
His Dark Materials. It's much more subtle than that. But His Dark Materials is basically them getting thrown out of heaven and them thinking, right, well, what we're flipping going to do? And they get thrown out because they're all jealous of God's love of man, aren't they? Of Adam and Eve. So they get thrown out, and then they're going to take their revenge, and they decide what to do. There's a big discussion between Lucifer and all the other angels that have been thrown out, all the other fallen angels.
Yeah.
And they decide that they're going to tempt Eve to eat from the fruit, the tree of knowledge, eat the apple from and then discover sin, and get thrown out of the Garden of Eden. And that's what it's. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. It's told beautifully and acted beautifully. Ruth Wilson plays this character called Mrs. Coulter, Marissa Coulter, and she's such. I mean, in the books, she's such a complex character, and in this TV adaptation, it's almost better. Yeah. Ruth Wilson plays her so beautifully and so amazingly, and it's one of those TV shows where everything excels. Yes. The writing, the direction, you
get a feeling from things, don't you? And you
every
feel
department has been on their top of their game.
Yeah.
With cinematography, art direction, editing.
Chuffing hell, are we sponsored by them or something?
It's just an absolute wondrous piece of art. And I urge anybody, it's the only thing I would say, turn off this podcast and go watch.
The only thing
if you're only going to watch one thing on telly.
I mean, you have said it at the end of the episode. So.
Yeah, I should have watched it. That should be front and centre. So anyway, we finished watching that. Oh, and it pulls your heart right at the end. It's absolutely beautiful. The complex characterization, just everything about it is layered and beautiful. There's not a wasted minute in it, and it's each episode's like an hour long, and there must be three
This
series.
explanation's been an hour long.
There's 24 hours of it, and there's not a wasted minute. It's like Succession. It's just a beautiful piece of art.
Fab.
Watch it.
But yeah, sold.
Honestly, watch it and let me know what you think.
I might do.
Yeah. Anyway, so we finished watching that, and then I'm still reading
Books.
the books as well, going through those again.
What are we doing next week?
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands.
I think he's going to be
leading
the
up
next
to
episode.
Halloween, autumn vibes.
Yeah, defo. Yeah, so Edward
Johnny
Scissorhands,
Depp.
and then maybe The Exorcist.
Nope.
All right, H. Well,
All right.
so if anybody wants to get in touch with us, how do they do that, H?
They can email us on the mygenerationgap@gmail.com. They can message us on Instagram, mygenerationgap.
Instagram, yeah.
They can comment on a TikTok.
TikTok?
Or if you know us personally, just come speak to us.
Come speak to us. Yeah. I'm getting more involved in Nottingham Comedy Festival, so I've got our show, but I'm also involved in a number of panel shows as well. So a political brunch show. So if you're in Nottingham for that, come along.
Yeah.
On a Sunday afternoon, political brunch, and some comedy tapas shows where it's all a bunch of comedians doing the same thing. Yeah, so involved in quite a lot this festival. I'm right looking forward to it. So that's going to
nice.
be
That's really nice.
November.
And I have the salon now, which is brilliant. So if you want to book in,
Get booked in. All right, H. Night. Love
Love
you. Thank you very much for listening to the My Generation Gap podcast. You've been listening to Stuart Vincent Moore and Harriet Pilkington. All podcast production by Stuart Vincent Moore. Artwork by Harriet Pilkington. Music by Andy Dawson.